everyone. Welcome to your favorite YouTube channel, My Project Ideas. Today we are going to make a project on the topic grocery list. It's very people make grocery list. It's a kind of day-to-day use which we do. When you go for shopping, we need a list. So it's an initiative to make a project on the grocery list. That's what our motivation came from. Let's look at the requirements first. We require a text editor where we are going to write out code and run it, of course. So VS Code is a text editor which I have used. Again, it depends on you which text editor you're comfortable with, which text editor you're going to work with. But VS Code is normally, generally, popularly used. And we require a operating system again because essential, right? It's a no-brainer. So Windows 10 operating system is used here. And this project is based on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. What we need is images to make it look good, index.html and HTML file, a JavaScript file, a CSS file, and Bootstrap. There can be multiple files, but I have mentioned here the important ones. So I know you're quite waiting to just see, you're quite impatiently waiting to see what our final look of the project is. So here it is. This is your final look. So let's write something. I want paneer as my grocery. Then I want, say, cauliflower. Okay, great. Next, I want some kind of rice. I'm in a mood for biryani today. Okay. If I have already bought paneer, click on it and it strikes through. Cauliflower strikes through and rice strikes through. So this is our grocery checklist app. Now what we are going to do, we are going to understand each bit of the code, each bit of the code which you have written, and we'll see how does it work. So coming to the index.html, first we have included HTML here. Then we have the language set to be EN. Then the head starts where we have the name grocery checklist. Let's change it to grocery list. Okay, save it. Move to the file folder like your web application and change it. Okay, let's reset. Cool. Now, where does it change? Are you able to know or not? Here, grocery list, this one changed. Now, moving here, the style CSS, style.css. So here we are basically linking the style sheet here. So you can use the complete CSS here as well, but it's better to make parts and use it in different folders, in different files, not folders, I'm sorry, different files, so that when someone else is working on this code, when your friends are watching your code, when an invigilator, when a person who is who needs to work on the code after you, that person is working on the code, that it is very easy for that person to get to know what you have linked and how you have done. So it's easy to read small parts rather than huge parts. Okay. Then we have a class called container, and see the heading is named as grocery checklist. Now let us change here the grocery checklist to grocery list. Okay, let's see. Let's see, change to grocery list. Okay, understood. Now reset. So if the ID is selected to be reset, then what you are going to do, you are going to reset the list. Now let's go to main. In the main, you have a class called main. The button is called show or add checklist, and on click, when you're going to click on that, when you're going to click on the checklist, it gives a strike through. That means that this thing is already done. This is your input area. We're going to have a text area where you're going to write the input. And if that particular thing you have already bought, you do not need that particular thing. Like say I have already bought paneer, I don't need paneer anymore. So I can just put it a strike through. And now here we have linked this script.js here. This is your paper image, which you see the background. You can change the image as per your convenience. I have used this. Then let's move to style.css. In the style.css, first we have imported the fonts family. This is basically the font. the font, the writing pattern which you saw, you can change it, no problem. Then this star means the entire HTML is selected, and the margin is set to 0, padding is set to 0, and font family is Scavate. It's a type, I guess. Yeah, it's a type, and you can select anything as per your choice. Then the body. In the body, what does this body means? Let's move to HTML. It means the body tag. Starting from here to here, this all are selected right now. Let's see. Okay, here we are. The display is selected to be flex. Then the justify content is selected to be center. Align items to center. Margin top is 100 pixels. Again, you can choose, no problem. H1 is the heading tag. Which one is the heading tag? The H1 is here. The grocery list. This part only. Selected. These are identifiers, selectors. The font size is 60 pixel and margin top is 20 pixel. Then there is a container, but the text alignment is center. Height is 80. Then you have a background image, paper.jpg. This is a paper.jpg which is selected here. Background size is cover. Background repeat is no repeat. Background position is center. Just think I'd make it repeat. Let's see what we have here. Okay. So it makes no sense because the resolution is set as it is. No problem. Let's change it again. Okay. Then main. You can just play with this, Then display, for the main, we have the display to be flex. Flex direction is column. Justify content is center. Align items is center. And margin top is selected to be 30 pixels. The button and the anchor tab is selected, in which your cursor, border, width, font size and color is selected. Let's change the color first. Then we'll talk about the cursor part. Okay. Selected the color of. See, the reset and the pencil mark changes. See, okay, cool. Now, the pointer. See, when you move to the here into the grocery, the pointer changes. When you move to the set, the pointer changes. When you move to the pencil mark, the pointer changes. This is what is the cursor when the cursor changes. Like, see, which cursor changes to pointer. So when you move to that particular area, your cursor changes to pointer. Then input. In the input, the text area which you're inputting, font size given, height given, padding given, depends on you. Border given, outline given, and background color is given as transparent. In the underline, you have selected the height, background color. Let's change it again. Let me change this to this. No problem. Then the list part. This is the unordered list. Here margin top, margin height, overflow, and width is set. It depends. Again, you can change it. In the unordered list, in the list part, you have the list style type, square, font size, margin top, and cursor is done. And in the done, the text decoration is line through. What is line through? The strike through wala part. Let's move to script.js. In the script.js, first we have the constant variable set. The add checklist, show add checklist, input, and the unordered list is set first. So we are going to get the elements via ID, the query selector via input, and the unordered list you got. Then the display is set as none. Then this is the function for showing the inputs. Here you have shown the inputs that like the none. Then the display is done. Then this is the event listener for clicking the check mark icon. Like when you are done with a particular stuff, you strike through it, and when you're not done, you go and input it. Right. This is the function to add a new list item. You are going to add a new list. You are going to add a new stuff into your list. Function to save list items to local storage means what? Whatever you have already, the list which you have already made, you can save it to your local device as well. Then this is for the load list item from local storage in the page loads means first when you are going to enter something and when you are going to press on the enter key or press on the correct the checklist key. So what happens is it gets written in that paper. When you saw it, excuse me, when I click on say pudding, I click on this checklist. So see, it gets stored here. And when I click on it, it strikes through. Again, when I click on it, it strikes through that. Okay? This is what it means. Then in the toggle ID attribute, what you're going to do is like you get the current ID. When it is done, you get strike through, and when the ID is not, like when the particular stuff is not bought, then it remains as it is, so that you can buy it again. It gives you a reminder. This is a click event listener for each and every list element. When that means when you click on this event, it go there is a line drawn. When you click it again, the line goes back. Okay. And this is a reset. Reset means what? I've already shown. When you click on reset, boom, it's gone. So this is what our grocery list app basically looks like. I hope you understood the complete working of this project. For more interesting project ideas, stay tuned to our channel. Thank you and have a great day.